And we're back. Thank you so much for tuning into SoulllConnections Grown Folk Table Talk. I genuinely appreciate you, your time, your energy, and your effort. So we're going to continue this. We had to take a little commercial break. You know, we had to pay people. So I believe, True, it was your turn to go ahead and dive so deep. And during the intermission, you did. Yes, so please, read the question you picked.
Date on your level, or you'll consistently have misunderstandings, arguments, and overly explaining yourself. I completely agree. Now,
the question and everything that he said was, date on your level, or you will consistently have misunderstandings, arguments, and overly explain yourself.
now I'd like to clarify on the level. We're not talking about financially from my aspect. I'm referring to the mental and the emotional, or your chakras, or your aura, or vibration, whatever level you're dealing on. If you on a high vibration, you are going to attract a high vibration. If you hang around 4 broke individuals, you'll be the 5th one.
Okay. I want to dive a little bit deep, because it's kind of like, even if you are a high energy frequent person, you still attract the low, because they need that high. That's just like a light can glow anywhere and be anything but moths attract.
Yes.
Right, so I'm quote unquote not responsible for what I attract.
Yes, but I'm going to teach you how to fish.
You
got to feed yourself.
I would just say feed yourself.
Shay,
thank you. Do you feel about this topic? Tell me how you feel about this topic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. So you feel that if you're in a relationship with somebody that's not on your level, or you're not on their level, that there will be consistent arguments, misunderstandings, and over-explaining yourself?
I think it's going to be a bunch of problems. I actually had this conversation with my homegirl. I was telling my homegirl, like, yo, every situation I've been in, from my marriage after that, I have had more, I have done more, I have been more places. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, to say the least.
Oh,
like,
goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. So now you got to come with the bare minimum.
Right.
Bare minimum, and then we can work from there. But you got to have the bare minimum right now walking in.
So let me ask
you
you
this. So you're tired of dumbing yourself down? Yeah.
Yes.
So what is your? So what is, according to Shay Ma Cakes and them? Tell me, what is your bare minimum? What do you think bare minimum would consist of?
Grown bare minimum, but it's actually adult stuff on where we should be in our mid-40s, and even younger than that. House, car, job, bank account.
Okay,
like,
talk about it.
Bare minimum.
Talk about it. Bare
Wait,
minimum.
hold on.
Bare minimum.
Time out. You talking about grown folks. You said adults. That don't make them over 18. Everything you described is grown. That's all I'm saying.
That don't mean mature.
How do you feel about that, Gaia?
18 don't make you grown.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But you in our 40s.
Right.
Cash app should not be your bank account. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I ain't trying
that's
to
No,
that
I'm
should
just,
be your
I'm
bank
just,
account.
I'm just
Baby fat
I'm
should
just
not be.
scratching my
Russell
head
Simmons should
because
not be managing your money still. What you say? Baby fat cards are no longer eligible.
40s and up.
Right. Go ahead, Gaia. I'm sorry.
I get that too. I've just seen people with nice bank accounts and can't comprehend. You know, don't have emotional intelligence. You know, things like that. Because you can have all those things, but that's why the arguments keep perpetuating, because the person can't comprehend what you're trying to explain to them. You know, so then they just do it again, or they being fake.
Thank you so much for your opinion. How do you feel about that, Lee?
I want to piggyback what she said.
Okay.
I agree. You know, date somebody that's mature.
Okay.
First and foremost, and date someone that has the same things as you. You know, date someone that's mentally ready, spiritually ready, emotionally ready. Because every time y'all have a disagreement, that person gonna think it's an argument.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they ain't mature. They can't handle disagreements. That's why you got so many people like for example, like these so-called alpha male red pill podcasts.
Talk about it.
You see how people going back and forth, yelling at each other and all that, because they don't got the emotional maturity, man. They don't. And that's the type of stuff that we don't need. We are grown on this panel. Am I right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a lot of people, like Prince said, act their age. They ain't acting their age, but they acting their shoe size. You know what I'm saying? That's the realest. That's the realest nod ever. in my opinion. So yeah, just act your age.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Let me clarify.
Age
It's
is
not-
a number.
Sorry. It's not about, I didn't say those things just to say material things. Date at your level, as True stated, yeah, all of the above type things. But what I'm just saying, the bare minimum. I have had experiences where they didn't even come to the table with the bare minimum. And for whatever reason or, excuse or whatever was going on in their life, I accepted that. And no, it's a problem. Because if you don't understand that rent is due and I can't go here, then, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't understand that. It's going to be a problem.
Check this out.
Absolutely.
We have an acronym in New Jersey. We call them bums. Broke
Yeah,
unemployed
that's all.
motherfuckers.
Whatever is
They're
there,
manipulating
bum
the
is a
situation.
bum.
They
They everywhere. They everywhere.
They
Not
just do what they want to do.
Yeah, you
Right.
can say anything.
They
but I
know
ain't
better.
broke.
They just
I'm not-
want to
Okay,
do
I
what
agree with
allows
that.
to be done.
I agree with that. I agree with y'all. Date on your level. Date on your level. But time out.
Yeah.
But time
That's
out.
why I started
Let
not
me throw a little
It
ring.
might be somebody that you can work with.
Right.
You can
Well,
help
let
them
me-
and then you can build them up.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm.
We build you up.
No.
You give good love. No,
While you building
no.
that person up, they can tear you down in the process.
Would
And
you
not
say
even that.
self-love
If you
is
allow
mandatory?
And then when they get built up, they gonna go on to the next one.
Or maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
I ain't
I mean, what,
builder.
but-
I'm sorry.
You said Barbara
I just say
doesn't
that.
work here. There ain't no
You don't
Barbara
know.
or Shirley. Okay.
Only Barbara
Okay, well, we're going to
with
move on to the
pull-up
next
bar.
topic. We're going to move on to the next topic. Shay.
That's on me.
Yes, love, it's on you, girl. Go ahead and dive so deep into the bowl, baby.
How deep is your love?
I'm so
Oh, I
sorry.
wish I really could sing. I had about 5 more kids.
If Babe proposes with this, what you saying? It's a $48 ring from Walmart.
With this,
If Babe proposes to you with a $48 ring from Walmart, what you doing?
That's what the slogan
What you
comes
doing?
in. He
Go ahead,
meant
True.
well.
What you doing, True?
I know he like her.
Are you going to propose to your woman with a $48 ring? Would you? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. You
Wait. I'm gonna put this. He meant well, but that wouldn't be me.
Okay.
But I
All
never
right.
did.
Does it really make a difference
No,
though?
it should make
I
a
would
difference.
say yes.
Wait, I'm gonna keep it official.
I would say
Wait.
yes.
I'm gonna keep it
I would say
official.
yes.
That
I
just showed us how they have this program, because that ain't nothing but a fucking piece of paper and a fucking ring.
But that's
For real.
what. But even
But look,
if it's
wait, did you see the discrepancies? I started laughing. I wouldn't. But keep it official, ain't nothing but a piece of paper. I've been married twice, 10 years, 20, and was in a relationship. And I told the woman I was with, I said, no, I'm not going to get married because it doesn't mean anything to me. And I'm with you, and I've been more faithful to you than the other two.
okay. Well, how do you feel about that? Well, thank you for your opinion. How do you feel about that? Would you propose to your wife with this $48 Walmart ring?
Hell no, when I proposed, I was getting money. Shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna
Be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. Sure, why not? It doesn't matter how much the ring is.
Would you say it's what the love
Yeah,
is?
it's the love.
It's what the
I said
soul
love.
connection is.
A ring is a ring, and, and if the girl that I'm proposing is gonna trip on the fact that this ring is $48, then no, then I'm done with you.
Okay, you're
Because
right.
that sounds very materialistic for
Okay,
real.
I appreciate that. Thank you. What about you, Gaia? If your man came to you and proposed to you with this $48 Walmart ring, what would you do? Would you accept it?
It depends on where I accepted him at his level. If I know he, he don't got a lot of money, we try to make something happen, then I accept it.
Okay.
But you can't be like making money and then be like, here, babe.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like you do.
I'm accepting that. Well, thank you for your opinion, your
I want
thoughts.
to tear him down like that.
Yeah, you know
that's
what?
like-
I'm accepting that ring. You want to know why I'm accepting that ring? Because you know what? On our anniversary, guess what we're going to do? We're going to upgrade.
Right.
And our year anniversary after that, guess what we're going to do? We're going to upgrade. And then the year anniversary, what we're going to do after that? We're going to upgrade. Okay, so yeah, I'm accepting that because it concerns about our bond.
I was
It
going to
doesn't
say,
matter.
I think
Yeah,
it
it's-
depends on your relationship
Absolutely.
and your love. Because I've had some of the top rings, the best rings.
Talk about it. You said you had them bangs.
And was treated like crap. You know what I mean?
Right,
So, you know what I mean? It don't, my man love me and I know he loves me and it's me and him. He can go to the bubblegum machine
and get a lollipop. Hello, I ain't mad at it. Okay.
Go pop ring.
Okay. Malik, this time we're gonna let you go so deep.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Pick a good one.
Are women still the prizes nowadays?
Nowadays we have these red and blue podcasts. And we have this energy of men versus women all the time, to the point where now it's in this generation, it's more so gender reversal. It seems as though men are the ones that want to get chased and to get picked, etc., as opposed to like the women. So the question is, are women still the prizes nowadays? That is the question. Back in the days we were before, I mean, we had Mint Editions calling us, we had R. Kelly singing to us, we had all the love songs back in the day. So are we still the prize is the question. So we want to go ahead and start with you, True. Are women still the prizes these days?
Yes. Because every king need a queen. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. I'll take that. Miss Shay.
Of course we are. I think that we are, but I also think men are the prize. But I do have experienced a lot of men wanting to be chased and pursued as if they were women.
Right. I've seen that nowadays.
I've seen it. I've not only seen it, but I've experienced it. And I mean, I left them where I found them. But
absolutely.
I'm just saying, men do want to be chased.
What about you, Leek?
Of course they are.
Okay.
Simple as that. I want to do the chasing.
Okay.
The hell with these goddamn alpha male so-called red pill
talk about
podcasts.
it.
Talking about some men got to be the prize. No, women are still the prize. We do the chasing. It's up to them to accept that chase. If not, I'll chase another woman.
It's just like what you say, nothing but the dog in me.
Why must I
No, I'm
feel
just
like
saying,
that?
not saying the dog, but y'all know the song.
Why must I feel like that? Why
Oh.
must I chase the cat?
Nothing but the dog in me.
Real quick.
Atomic dog.
I'm
Yes.
not chasing. No, don't chase. I go ahead and we go ahead and have a conversation.
You had to chase her down.
No.
You had to get her attention.
So
Okay,
maybe the word pursue and not chase.
Yeah.
Okay, pursue. Thank you.
Yeah.
What about you, Gaia? What about you?
I stopped chasing.
Do you feel that women are still the prizes these days?
I do feel women are still the prize, and just like they said, I do think men are the prize. You know, I think both parties are valuable to each other.
I feel the same way.
If it's right.
Thank you. I feel the same way too. That yes, women still are the prizes.
Need to do. They keep on.
Right, but men are
All
prizes
time,
as
even once
well.
you get them, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop there. You gotta keep going.
Right, absolutely. Okay, go ahead. True. We're gonna let you go ahead and dive so deep into the bowl, baby.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull the bowl out of proportion this time.
Don't dump it all at once.
Sure.
That's big letters.
Okay, you don't gotta read that one. I'm sorry. You ain't gotta read that one.
Because that's a reflection from the last go
You ain't
around.
gotta read that one. Go ahead, get one of them again. All right, you got another Facebook one. Okay, what it say?
What's it called when they don't want to be in a relationship with you, but want you all to themselves?
Toxic.
Selfish.
Toxic.
Toxic and selfish.
So seriously, what is it called? I don't want to be with you.
It all depends on what generation you're talking about. Because when you're doing that, it could be a fuck buddy, a friends with benefits, because that's what that is.
Well, we all grown now. We want some substantiality. Y'all know what I'm saying. Some stability. We in a grown folk relationship. This is grown folk talk.
Wait, hold on. Let me take it to a whole different level. Stalker.
Oh, okay. That's what you when you see this.
No, I said I'm gonna take it to a whole different level.
That's what it is. This is a stalker.
Yeah.
So what's it called when they don't want to be in a relationship with you, but they want you all to themselves? So you saying that's a stalker energy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
What you
gonna turn
saying,
into
Miss
that.
Shay?
I don't think it's a stalker energy. Sadly, that's a lot of what goes on these days.
Talk about it. Okay,
It's a
please
lot of-
elaborate some
It's a
more.
lot of what goes on these days. I think some men, I don't want to say all men because it's not all men, but
Absolutely.
That.
I have run into some men where it's like, don't nobody need to know what we doing, what we got is between me and you, and it's
That's
like
that secret shit we saw earlier.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
pretty
what
much.
it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, bro, because if I can't say I'm out with you or I'm going out with you, then no, because then you telling other people the same thing, and they're thinking that they're in a relationship with you.
What
like,
you saying? What the problem is?
no.
That goes
No,
back
that-
to what I'm
that-
saying.
but
What's
that-
wrong with you?
I agree with that.
Right.
That is happening.
Yeah,
a lot.
and then it's like, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. You can't talk to anybody else because you're all
That's-
no.
that's
Stop being
toxic.
selfish.
Yeah.
Stop being
It
selfish.
can lead to
Okay.
stalker vibe.
Go ahead, guy. What you saying?
It leads
Leads.
to stalker
Okay,
vibe. Yeah, I
okay.
can
And
see
then
that
also,
right there when you say that.
and also, it's control too on his part.
Woo! Talk about
Control,
it.
for
I'm
real.
a
Wait, why you
what?
say-
I'm a control.
On their part, you said his part.
On his part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his part. His part. It's
It could
control.
be, it go either way.
Whoever
But you
is
said
telling another person, I don't
yeah,
want to
I mean,
don't put
Definitely
nobody
could go
else.
vice
Of course,
versa.
Controlling.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, right. It could be
Yeah.
control
Yeah.
on his
Okay.
part. It could be control on his
Attachment
part
issues.
and her part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It can go either way, like my man said.
Yeah.
Okay. Shay, thank you so much for the feedback.
Wow.
Yep, you want to go ahead and dive so deep into the SoulllBowl, babe.
Because this is a 50-50.
Okay. We got a laminated topic.
Should have put on the readers.
Yeah.
It says nowadays is love unconditional anymore. When did it turn monetary?
Monetary.
Okay, so nowadays I feel personally that we're missing love in general, okay? But as I started scrolling through Facebook, started through YouTube, and I see it throughout purposes, I see it's more quote unquote transactional. Hence the thing from back in the day, it ain't tricking if you got it, okay? So it's kind of like, I love you, but I love you under the conditions of what you can do for me. So is it really love? Or is it material stuff?
It's the idea
So
of being
please,
in love.
Miss Gaia, you want to go ahead and lead off with this one? Tell me how you feel about that.
Yeah, I don't really like agree with that. You can't love somebody and do them like that because that's not love.
When did you feel that love nowadays became monetary? OnlyFans, back pay.
Yeah. I mean, but they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
been going
guys.
on. That's been going on.
it's
for
just, I
God
guess
knows
it's
how
the
long.
person. You
The
know, they
person.
might be in survival mode, and they're trying to survive, and they just looking for people that can help them survive. You know, so they don't want nothing but to survive. So that's why they're with people. You know, people don't recognize they're in survival mode, and that's why they choose to be with somebody that can help them, and that's all they think is love, but it ain't love.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and engage. I appreciate you for your opinion. We're going to ask the audience, what do you feel about that? So what do you feel? What do you feel about, come on up. Go ahead, Cam. Come on, Cam. You want to come on up, Cam? When did love become monetary?
I don't want to talk about that one.
You don't want to, that's the question. You don't want to talk about one? That's the question at hand.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have an opinion on that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I appreciate you anyway.
Yes,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much. Shay, when did love, because that was the question you pulled, baby. When did love become monetary?
Well, the question says, is love unconditional anymore? I already don't think that love is actually unconditional. I think we have conditions on love and we just don't express them or acknowledge them, because if you don't do what I want you to do or say or behave how I want you to behave, then I'm going to restrict my love from you.
Yeah, that's
But so I don't think it's unconditional anyway. I don't think anybody loves anybody unconditionally.
So I love you under the
Truly.
conditions of what you can do for me at this grown age.
And not even
I love people. I love my
Not just
mom.
mental-
I love
not
kids
just
unconditionally.
financially.
Not just financially
Yeah.
and physically stuff,
emotionally,
spiritually, mentally, verbally. Shoot, make love to me with your words, right?
But I think it
Word.
became monetary when I think a lot of reality TV and social media
Talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
is teaching people, teaching weak-minded people.
There you
that
go. There you
if
go.
you're not doing this for me, you don't love me.
You don't
or-
love
Yeah.
me.
Well, they,
And
don't,
in a way,
they don't know
don't
what love
compare
is. That's what it is.
Right.
I want to piggyback what she said.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
You want to
agree
piggyback off Shay?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do
yeah.
agree social media and reality TV affected that. But also, in my opinion, we don't have no love songs in this day and age.
Talk about it. The vibrations off. There you go, That's right.
See, I grew
Take
up.
them to church.
I grew up in the era in the '90s, in the '80s. We had love songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a young
Yeah.
son. I'm proud of it.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? I
In
grew
the
up.
desert with leather on.
Yes!
Yes,
We
yes.
got that body sweat. You gonna cry for me?
Yeah,
You gonna cry
grew-
for me?
I grew up on artists like Jodeci,
Yes.
Keith Washington,
Yes.
Boyz II Men, 112,
Yeah.
Drew Hill. I could go on and on.
Yes.
You know, Brownstone J, SWV. That's when they had these love songs. Nowadays, I don't know what the hell is playing on the radio, on TV. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Dude,
Like,
what's going on?
yeah, I don't even listen to the radio. I don't listen to music of today. It just turns me off. I think that's what's missing. The lack of
Me
love
too.
song, the lack of ballads
Me
that
too.
was happening in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. Just
Turn them off.
So
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
think
I
that
got Teddy in
music-
me real fast.
The music has an influence on how we love too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So the music made it monetary
Hell
too.
yeah.
Bend over for these bands.
Hold
Bands
on,
will make her
hold on.
dance.
Look,
Bands will make her
I'm gonna
dance.
tell you what's funny because I said, yo, sir, man, I got 10 years on your ass, man. Anyway, like literally, I really do got 10 years on.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you, but I told Hayes in the audience, when it went out the window, when crack hit the scene and went all the way across the country, that shit destroyed us. Before that, it was dope. The only reason why heroin or fentanyl, whatever, is a problem now is because of the fact it's in the rich people's neighborhood.
Right.
That shit always been a problem in the poor folks' neighborhood.
Right,
So
right.
love been monetary when
Since those days, you saying, because you was
in
tripping
my
for
in my
crack.
era, because of the fact when that shit hit the scene, you had children raising themselves, having children, passing on nothing that they didn't fucking know about in the first place was raising a child because they wasn't raised on their own. So
And that's like Gaia said, for
that-
survival.
yes.
They-
For survival.
Yes,
issues.
because of the fact, by the
Desensitized.
time it got to your generation, yours, it had already been, we had already been programmed to a point of
Condition.
divide and conquer.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead, take the black man away from the family,
Yeah.
and make the black women in the head of the household,
Yeah.
and not give them anything
That
to
whole
be able
thing
to
is
survive.
moving too, yeah.
You know-
So you're raised on survival. Go
Yes.
ahead, Leek. I'm sorry.
So,
Thank you
yeah.
so much for that input. Go ahead,
And
Leek.
also, speaking on that, and also we got these gender wars between some black men and women.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Divide
Being
and conquer.
programmed.
I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
it. I
Because we
hate
should all
it.
be united.
Yeah.
United.
Yes.
The energy, I mean, from the beginning of times, it's been man and woman, woman and man.
Yeah.
We, our culture is the one that's always seems to always lack thereof because we were put in the position of where we have to verse y'all. It's black man versus black woman or
Right.
black
That's what
woman
they
versus
want
black
us to
man.
do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Destroy each
Divide and
other.
conquer.
We need the
Exactly.
most healing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how you feel about well, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. Sorry about that. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Go ahead, Shay.
It's a soul connection.
We're gonna go ahead and let you dive deep into the SoulllBowl.
Lost it.
Here we go. You and these Facebook topics, girl.
Wait, what's on the ground? I'm
What
like,
is
wait a
it?
minute.
What is it?
Who you gonna believe? Hey gang, I seen your girl fucking with another dude. Gotta cut her off, man. Wifey. Babe, your best friend sneaking on you. I can sense it. You have to cut him off, my love.
All right, so there was a Facebook topic.
Okay, so I guess the person.
Yeah, so I have a Facebook topic, right?
You couldn't even read that
So
because
the
you don't even
Facebook
talk like
topic
that.
is right.
I'm like, what the?
So the Facebook topic basically was your man.
Look at Sonic.
And you get 2 text messages, one from your best friend that reads, "Hey, dang, I see your girl with fucking with another dude. Cut her off, fam." And then shortly after, you receive a message from your girl saying, "Babe, your best friend sneaking on you, and I can
that's
sense
easy. They
it.
fucking each
You
other."
have to cut them off, my love." So the question is, who are you going to believe?
Both of
If
them.
the
They
situation
fuck each
happened
other.
to you, who are you going to believe? If the situation happened to
Neither
you,
one
who
of
you
them.
going to believe?
Right now.
Oh, I don't believe.
That's the question. Who are you going to believe if this situation happened to you?
Both of them, they fucking.
We need a team
Okay.
meeting.
They tell
Shay?
you each other.
I agree with True.
I'm bringing both people together.
How do both of
I would say, yo, I would approach them and say,
Okay.
yo, is this
First of all,
true?
it ain't your man.
Yeah, right.
Fucking your woman.
I would say, hey, look, I got a text message saying that you fucking some other dude. Is this true? And then I would say the same thing. Then I would put two together and say, both of y'all is fucking each other and fuck both of y'all.
Right.
Fuck y'all.
It's time to let it go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They're bold for even saying anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put themselves out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Miss, did you hit Glee? It's your turn? Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
my turn. Yes, ma'am. God damn. What's
All
up
right,
with these
okay, so
buses?
you gotta read that one. That's a
I got
paragraph.
big for the plastic ones.
Yeah, right. And you gotta dig deep for the plastic ones. The laminated ones. Dig deep. There you go.
All right. I want to see you happy, even if it's not with me. Do you believe that?
You and your ex break up. No, you and your girl break up, she becomes your ex. The statement is, I want to see you happy even if it's not with me. Do you really mean that?
That's some grown folks.
Do you really mean that?
I have.
Hell to the no.
Why is that? Why? Oh, did y'all-
No, because you should have been happy with me, bitch. No, I'm just joking. Okay, I don't want to wish you happy at all. Okay?
No, I mean,
No, I'm just playing.
no. So, now I'm answering this question first. Who's going first with this
Go
question?
ahead, you got it, baby.
Okay, word. All right. I want to see you happy, even if it's not with me.
That's
Do you
what May
believe that?
said.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I really do, because I'm not gonna hold on. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. You moved on. You happy? Hell, I'm happy for you.
Good.
I moved on, and you happy for me? Fine. If you ain't, oh well, that's on you. But I'm
Right.
happy for you. I'm mature enough to say, hey, I'm happy for you. I wish you the best of luck. It didn't work out, but that doesn't mean you should be unhappy. You deserve
Okay.
to be happy, just like I deserve to be happy.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Shay, I want to see you happy even if it's not with me.
Yep.
I'm lying. I'm spitting that OG shit. I'm lying.
I might be hurt, but I ain't lying.
Okay. You
You
might
know,
be hurt. Okay,
yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I might be hurt, but I ain't lying.
You know,
You sure?
I don't deal in probabilities. I never dealt with that situation.
You never
so,
dealt with an ex you broke up with and be like, I want to see you happy even if it's not with me. You ain't used one of them lines in your breakups?
No.
I call blue hat cat. Blue hat cat.
Hell no.
No?
Hell
Okay.
no.
Okay.
You know all three of them.
No.
Cut it out. You can calm your damn self.
Hey, how you feel about that? I want to see you happy even if it's not with me.
It depends.
It depends. Go ahead, speak about it. What does it depend on?
It depends on why we broke up,
Okay.
what I went through while we were together,
Did you put me through it? Through the fire.
and I think it depends on my healing and growth after we break up.
Yeah.
Because
I deal with that. That's honesty. I appreciate that.
because I've had my marriage where I want to see you burn in hell.
Talk about it. Let's talk about that true shit. Hit that pole. Hit that pole.
But then I've had situations after where it just didn't work. We're not a good fit. It's not for me and you, and we're still cool. And I do want to see you happy because you deserve it. So it depends on the breakup.
Got you. I appreciate that. You answered. Okay. You already picked, right?
Yes, sir.
You picked. True. Go ahead. Dive so deep. Go so deep. Get a plastic cord. Get a plastic cord. All right. What we got?
It's long.
Shut up,
Ooh, I
Jay.
got about 3 good jokes.
Go ahead.
But anyway, do you believe that childhood wounds affect your adult relationships? Are you willing to share an experience of your childhood wound? Wow.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
definitely
Okay. So
agree
you
with that.
picked it. Go ahead. Speak on it.
Yeah, definitely. What would I want to share?
It's up to you. You don't have to.
Oh no, I will.
Okay,
I'm-
all right.
look,
Open
I
up that soul. Create
listen,
that soul connection, baby.
look,
I ain't
I
mad
got
at it.
52 years of mental Rolodex I gotta scroll through to see
Okay,
what I'm gonna
okay,
pull out.
okay.
Alright. My era, 70s, 80s,
Okay.
adults did not argue in front of kids. If you're a child, stay in your place.
Okay.
Nobody
okay.
talking to you, mind your business.
Okay.
So my dad was deaf. So this is how I knew my moms and pops was arguing. They would go in the room and shut the door. It'd be quiet as a church mouse pissing on cotton because they'd be arguing in sign language.
Okay.
Now, Also, so I knew my dad was really pissed. This man tried to start talking because he didn't lose his hearing until he was 12 to pneumonia.
Okay.
So he knew how to talk. If he tried to talk, somebody ass about to get whooped.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Now, how did that affect you in relationships, like your childhood wounds? Did it affect any of your relationships?
Yes, it
Okay.
definitely did, because of the fact there was a whole lot of other shit going on that happened to him that he passed on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That you inherited.
Yes, not showing emotions, believing that because I'm a man, I can't show emotions, I can't cry.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that type of stuff.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. What about you, Lee?
Yes.
Childhood wounds
Yes,
that
of
affected
course.
your adult relationships?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Would you care to share any of those childhood wounds that you realized that you identified and maybe healed from?
It's a sensitive topic for me.
That's respected.
You mind if I don't want to go into
No,
it?
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I appreciate you.
It just brings up, like
Some stuff
people-
that
yeah.
ain't got nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for even answering the question. Thank you.
problem, no
What about you, Gaia? Childhood wounds affected any relationships? And if so, would you like to share an experience? Told you we gonna go so deep.
So deep. I've been trying to think. Like,
Way down.
We ain't trying to think, we thinking, trying to fail, we striving.
Oh,
I haven't thought about them yet, how it affected me in relationships.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I don't never think I do anything wrong. It's like, but I haven't really done anything.
Okay. Well, I thank you so much for
It'll be
you.
my fault.
I appreciate that. How about you, Shay? Do you believe that childhood wounds affect your adult relationships? And if so, has any of your childhood wounds affected, and would you like to share?
I do believe that childhood wounds affect adult relationships. I'll share this one.
Okay.
Like, my mom was never with my dad, but I always had a stepdad in the picture. And she was the head of the household. Not like she was the head of the household. But she would always verbally state, like, I don't need you for nothing to my stepdad. And truth was, from a kid's eye, she didn't, because she did everything. And then when my stepdad would do something, it would be like, well, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me. So she would always make sure, like, I'm doing this, I'm getting this, because no man would ever say what he did for me.
Absolutely.
So
Okay.
I don't verbally state that I don't need a man for nothing, because I absolutely do for everything God designed him to be.
Yes. Okay.
I
Okay.
respect that.
But I have a hard time taking things
Being
from men because of I don't want them to feel like
Because what
I
you
wouldn't
saw.
have it right.
Right. Being
Right.
receptive.
Yeah.
Okay. And may I ask a personal question again? And you do not have to answer. So, in your season of receiving, it's hard for you, or you're like more combative, more question about it, because God has a season for all of us. You had a season of where you were a giver, and to reciprocate that energy, because it comes back in a circle. You have a season of which you are a receiver as well.
I'm a giver. I've always been a giver.
Facts.
That's just my
Facts.
friends, relationships.
Absolutely.
I'm just like
It's in your nature.
that's
Yes.
just my nature. It's one of my love languages. I'm just a giver.
Yeah.
No, I'm still not in the season of being able to receive and just receive, and that's just it. And even when I do receive, then I feel like I gotta give to counteract what I receive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your vulnerability. All of my panels today, thank you so much for your honesty and your vulnerability, because I said we was going down so deep, so I genuinely appreciate that. You want to go ahead and dive so deep?
That was on me.
Yep.
Yeah, you are.
Go ahead, dive deep. Get one of the plastic ones, girl. Don't you say get a Facebook one.
Wait.
No paragraph, no paragraph.
Okay. I feel like this card is a trigger, has a trigger word.
Trigger. We identified triggers, so that means we're healing.
At least you know how to identify.
No, it's a trigger word from the first episode.
No.
Here we go again. No, we ain't going there. No.
I'm sorry, so here. It says, what is the difference of a pick-Misha and a simp?
Oh,
A what?
A simp.
a pick Misha and a simp.
Oh,
What is
no.
Should I get another one?
Yeah,
Let's get another one. Let's get another one.
We don't want to
That's how I
repeat.
told you I was a trigger word on there.
We don't want to repeat what
Can you explain
happened.
what's
Right.
what? But anyway.
We definitely don't.
No repeat for what happened.
No.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do you handle death in a relationship? What's the grieving process?
Ooh.
So is this like death of a relationship?
Or the-
Death, yes. Death
Like
of a relationship
somebody-
Oh, I
or
thought it meant
relationship.
like death of a person.
That's
in
what
a
I'm saying. I don't
relationship.
know. Right. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's like.
Yeah, so if we're together and you happen to pass away.
Ooh, damn.
Oh.
Man, that's even deeper than I was thinking.
Yeah, me too.
Man, that just went from 6 to 8 feet in the hole.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's
So I
hard.
dealt with
Yeah,
that.
that's kind of hard.
Damn. Can I,
What you say?
But wait, can I comment on it? 'Cause
You
I dealt-
can comment.
I dealt with that.
Well, if you
Please,
dealt with it, you can
please.
speak on it.
Yeah,
I mean, if you choose to, but you have experience.
First,
with it.
yes, I'm gonna just say this. I didn't know the woman I was involved with passed away until I saw it on the damn news. Fucked me up.
What?
Okay. We'll have so many questions in
Check
regards
this
to
out.
that.
Check this out. Her and another individual were involved. They pretty much got a doughboy and wound up getting themselves murdered.
Oh.
That's how it happened. But again, I didn't find out until it was on the news. But we weren't involved for maybe 5, 6 years.
Oh.
But my thing was, I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
So y'all weren't actually in a relationship when
At
it
that
happened.
at that time, that is correct. But we weren't in a
Okay,
relationship.
okay.
But again, I didn't find out she was dead until I saw it on the damn news.
Okay.
So, you know, that threw me all the way off.
Okay.
But,
Well,
but if I was involved with her at that time, oh, that shit would never happen.
Now, Shay, you said, thank you so much for speaking on that. You said you took that question as in a death in a relationship, of a relationship,
Yeah.
or somebody passing in your family while you're in a relationship.
I took it as death of a relationship.
Okay, well, explain. How do you, if you had a death of a relationship, how did you experience it? How did your grieving process look? And how did you deal with that?
I feel like a divorce is a death of a relationship.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Right?
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely. Yes.
So I'm divorced. I went through a divorce, and as much as I wanted a divorce, I didn't know what came with a divorce.
Right.
Like, your whole life changes. Your whole life changes. Like your family events, your family gatherings, things at your house
who
with the
am I gonna see
combined
Christmas
families.
now?
Right.
Yeah.
Like everything changed. Rituals changed. Like for Christmas, we would do breakfast at her house and at my mother-in-law's house, and then dinner at my house, Christmas at my house. All that changes. All that changes.
And how did you deal with the grieving process?
It was a long process. It was a years-long process.
Years.
It was years-long
If you don't mind
process.
me asking, how long were you and your ex-husband, or how long were y'all together?
14 years.
14 years. Ooh. They usually say, the saying goes, for you to heal, it takes the half of the time that you were together. And you said years. So can you honestly say that your grieving process was 7 years?
Probably longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
probably
is
longer.
not lying.
Thank you for your honesty. Thank you so much for your honesty. Malik, would you like to go ahead and speak on the topic? We haven't heard from you or Gaia before we pick another one.
Death of a relationship.
And like the grieving process.
I would write in my journal.
Okay.
I think writing in the journal for me is very therapeutic.
Same here.
Of course, I cried.
Yeah.
You know,
Let it out.
You know, cried and confided in my family members. That's how I handle it. You know, write in my journal, cry it out, and talk to my family members, and also healing.
Healing.
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
healing.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. What about you, Gaia?
Well, I mean, I've experienced a death while in a relationship. Actually, it was. I mean, healing was hard. You know, I couldn't stay there. You know, because it was like an hour after they left, so I just moved out the apartment, and I think that the healing phase came for me when I actually had a dream about them and I actually got to talk to them and make sure they was okay and things like that.
Okay.
That part, it was like 2 months later. It was long
Okay.
because I was scared to sleep. You
Right.
know? But after that, that's when it started like subsiding. You know, just knowing somebody's okay. You
Yeah.
know, 'cause-
Going through that.
yeah.
Thank you
But-
so much for sharing that and being vulnerable with that. And to piggyback off of what you said, Shay, now, I was in long-term relationships, and when the death happened, Oh my God. The process was bad. Oh my God. I mean, for real. I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, I was in the room for like 3-4 days. I didn't want to come out. No, I wasn't brushing my teeth. I mean, keep it real, but don't be Simone me, y'all. Okay, don't be Simone me. Okay, I didn't want to take care of the kids. I didn't want to do nothing. I had to let whatever energy that was inside of me at the time. I had to also let that die, and that really plays a part on your energy. But also, to piggyback off of what Malik said, I also wrote a journal about it because I couldn't keep calling my girlfriends up. They got stuff they got to do. I couldn't keep calling my mama up. She got stuff she got to do. So I took it upon myself. Okay, I'm going to church. Jesus, I need you. And writing in my journal. And healing came out. And because of my journal, I ended up being a poet. Didn't even know it.
Wait, can I piggyback?
So I definitely agree with that. Yeah, go ahead, piggyback.
My journal's called, my book, Taking a Stroll in My Timbs, coming to you soon.
That's
my journal.
I ain't mad at that. All right, we're going to go one more question around the table. Then we're going to go ahead and end the SoulllConnections Growth Boat Table Talk. So one more question.
Right to the point.
Close out the questions.
Oh, she picked the short one.
About time, right?
I know, right? Not a paragraph.
Get you
Have you ever been caught cheating?
Oh, well, we all got quiet real fast.
No.
We all got quiet real fast. So nobody
I
wants
wanted to hear her answer.
You want to get
Nope,
true?
I never got caught.
You never got caught.
Nope.
Malik, have you ever got caught?
Nope, because I never cheated.
Girl, you better say that stuff loud and proud.
Don't do it. I have
True.
before.
I plead
Yeah,
the fifth.
yeah.
No, seriously, no. Again, I'm gonna reiterate on if we together, we together.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
not
You
not
say-
caught because I don't do it. I'm with you.
Have you ever been caught?
Have I ever been caught cheating?
She had to think about
I'm
it.
like, what age? Like,
Because
It wasn't cheating
Because
at the time.
yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Because I didn't physically cheat, I emotionally cheated.
Emotionally cheat.
And my ex had read my journal. So
that's a
essentially,
violation
yes.
of your. So he was violating your privacy.
Yeah,
or
that was
secrecy.
invasion of
Your
privacy.
privacy or
Absolutely.
secrecy.
No, that was privacy because it's your journal.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your honesty.
even a text message.
Thank you for your honesty. Go ahead, Lee. You want to go ahead and dive so deep for your last question? Go ahead, dive so deep.
You can't let a woman down multiple times and expect her energy to still crave you.
Do you agree with that? What? You cannot let a woman down multiple times and expect her to still crave your energy.
Yes.
Everything is reciprocal.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
If you let me down so many times,
Yes.
that means I can't depend on you.
Yeah.
I can't talk to you. I can't
Nothing
relate
to
to
crave.
you.
Yes.
I don't want to be nowhere near around you.
That energy won't be no more. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
say energy won't be no more.
Yeah.
Now there are different aspects of being let down.
But if it consistently happens,
Yeah,
I don't care how
know-
many
yes,
aspects
yes,
there are.
Yes.
That
Oh,
will
wait,
show.
wait,
okay,
hold on.
Okay.
I agreed wholeheartedly. I agreed 100%. But again, there are different ways. or
Yeah,
different
I agree with
aspects.
that. There's different
because
avenues.
I said 60-40 on my as far as my marriage is concerned, keeping it official. I know for a fact with my pattern that I left my wives in the world with children twice on both marriages with two seeds.
Okay.
So I know that because of what I did was the reciprocation of what happened. Because if I would never went to prison,
Okay.
I still would have been married.
Okay.
Keep it all official. So I did let my wives down through several different ways throughout life.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Shay?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna crave you. No,
Yeah.
you can't. No, I don't care what aspect or what
Exactly.
level, but repeatedly,
Yes, we all
continuously,
agree. Yes.
No, I'm not gonna want you. I'm not gonna want to be around
Exactly.
you. I'm not gonna
Why?
want to talk to you.
What'd you say, Shay?
Why?
I don't want you. I don't
Why?
want you. I don't
No.
want you no
No.
more.
Look, we all
Okay.
agree. Definitely.
Okay, table with agreements. Go ahead, True. You want to go ahead and dive so deep into the SoulllBowl?
I know which one.
Uh-oh. You got to
got
show me.
two.
Oh, you got two. Pick only one. All right.
If you and your
Significant other.
other was on a break and they had a baby, is relationship over?
You and your significant other was on a break. This is too much for me. You know what? I need a little bit of time. during that little bit of time, one night stand turned into a 9-month issue that turned into 18 years. So I have a quote unquote what Gabrielle Union call it a break baby. I come back to you. I'm ready for a relationship to work. You were my everything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're back on that.
Again,
what's going on?
Wait,
Is you taking me back?
Again, I don't deal in probabilities. This never happened to me. There's no reason for me to comment on it. That's like, hey, if you get $1 million, what would you do?
I mean, well, questions are all like that.
No, they're not.
Questions are all like that. I mean, what would you do, or you know? So if you were in a relationship and your girl, y'all on a break, she come back, she pregnant. Is you taking her back
and taking care of that baby? That's what's next.
Stepdaddy true?
No.
I'm not raising
that was your
nothing,
final
okay?
answer. Shay, what about you? Your man steps out, or y'all on break? He ended up having a baby from that one night stand, and it's always from the girl. You ain't gotta worry about her. But anyway,
I have so many answers for this question.
Okay, please, we want to hear all of them.
I was cheated on, and a baby was produced, and I accepted that baby, and I raised that baby along with mine, and I still love her. It is 20-something years later. Because of that situation, if we were on a break. First of all, we are on a break. We are done.
Oh, so there's no break. There's no
if
break.
I don't come home, it's over.
We are too. I'm at the stage where I have been married and divorced, and I have been through relationships and situationships. If we can't figure out what the problem is as two grown adults, then there is no break. We are just done.
Right.
Okay.
We're
that's
just
respected.
done.
That's
so
respected.
in the very off chance that I agreed to take a break and you come back with a baby because I have trauma from that situation,
right?
No, we are done.
Okay. So this is what you say. You want him with the line. I want to see you happy even if it are with me. Okay. Shay, you? Or Gaia, you? Sorry.
I agree. Just what Shay said with the, once the break, it don't even really matter after that. So it's
What about you? I appreciate that. Thank you. What about you, Lee? You was on a break. Woman got pregnant, or you got another woman pregnant. Are you expecting her to take you back, or you taking her back?
No.
Now there's a baby involved.
I ain't taking her back. If you got a baby outside of a relationship, I'm not taking you back. I'm not raising that baby. That baby didn't come from me. It came from that other man. So, deuces.
Yeah, okay. That's respected. I can't stay. I'm going to be a woman and be honest with you. The way my mental is set up, I'm not that strong. That would be a constant reminder of what happened, and it will grow angry and resentment, and I never want to have a child experience that energy. So me being the woman that I am now, no, I could not, and that's the honest to God truth speaking. So.
Hey, can I end this on this?
Yeah, you sure can.
Next time, last person said, "What you having a baby?" I said, "You cuss MVP miracle. I'm named Mary, Muhammad, or Jesus."
Shut up.
If you fertile, we ain't fucking. Anyway.
Okay, thank you for that, Shay. Go ahead and get your last soul dive, baby. I appreciate my panel for being here today. Thank you so much.
The energy is so great.
Oh, look at that. She pulled up 3 questions.
Wait, what?
She had to put the readers on.
Oh, is there a time limit on when your significant other should propose?
You're in a relationship, Shay.
Ooh. Here we go with that programming.
We'll just say 5 years.
That's
5 years,
norm.
10 years. 5 years. No. We're just saying you've been in a relationship for 5 years. This is a hypothetical situation, maybe. How long do you think?
So let me say this. On my first marriage, we were together 11 years. And I think I had accepted that we weren't going to get married.
Okay.
Because he used to say, I don't never want to get married. I'll never get married.
Okay.
So that's something, again, that not dating on your level will get you. So, I felt like, okay, we're just going to be together. So from being with somebody for 11 years before there was a proposal, no, I feel like men know immediately if you're the one.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I'm not going to pressure you or put things on you. Like, we can have conversations about where we're heading. But I feel like after 2 years, you well enough know if you want to marry me or not.
Don't waste my time, and I don't want to waste yours respectfully.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with that. Gaia, you? Do you believe that there's a time limit on when your significant other should propose?
I do believe there's a time limit.
Okay.
Not sure what that time limit is. I would say about 2 years. Because when you know, you know. You know? Ain't nobody trying to wait around forever. Somebody like, you know what? Figured out you're not the one. And it's like 10 years later.
Like 10 years and you don't even know. I'm going to make you the one today.
Right.
No, I'm just playing. But no,
right.
But that goes with the person that they want you, but then they don't really want you.
There you go. There you go. We just want to hold on to you.
Yeah.
Let it go. How about you, Lee?
Yeah, it's a time limit. Yeah, it's a time limit.
So,
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I apologize. You were speaking. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, was there a time limit when you proposed to your wife, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it was. It was. I met my wife long distance. We officially became a couple in 2010. Okay. I moved up here in 2012. I actually proposed to her in 2016, April of 2016.
Okay.
That numbers right.
Okay. Yeah, right. She watching. Better get ready. You on the couch tonight.
Got married on August the 11th of 2017, the 2 days before my birthday.
Okay.
August 13th, Leo.
Okay.
So,
fire sign.
Yeah. And I knew.
Okay.
I knew. I talked to her father, God rest his soul. I knew that she was the one. I said, hey,
let's
we
do it.
married, yeah.
Marry in your white dress. Okay, True, what about you?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
And I agree of the fact that you said, because when you know, man or woman, you definitely know the individual that you're connected to, one way or another.
So let me ask you, men at the panel.
Wait. For me,
yeah.
Second marriage, 2 years.
2 years. How about the first one?
Oh, we was childhood sweethearts.
Okay, I got you.
All that.
I understand how that goes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you 2 minutes of questions. Shay made she made a statement that said, "I believe that men know when they first meet you, rather or not."
Yeah,
Is that true?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
At that
I
moment,
know.
at that instant moment,
Yes.
you look across the room and said, "Damn, she gonna be my wife."
My second,
You know, you see that on the BET movie.
My
You see
first one,
it on Tubi and shit.
I'm waiting for my moment.
Right.
Both times I knew.
Okay. Both times you knew too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew she was the one.
Okay, you knew she was the one.
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to my audience. Audience, do you have any questions, concerns, comments?
Well, I have one.
Oh, okay.
Please step up to the chair.
Okay, please.
Okay.
You,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I'm Brother Figure. So, first, I'd like to give kudos to the host, Slim.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think the panel was fantastic.
Oh, okay.
The discussion was great. Malik, a lot of respect for you, man. I can tell you're a sincere guy, sincere in your commitment. Shay, I agree with you when you were talking about the maturity of a man. But you don't want a man living in his mother's basement.
Get the cornflakes, Mom.
You know the song, Scrubs?
Yeah, no scrubs. Yes.
Pass the door, your best friend car. So I agree
Trying
with you.
to, however.
But yeah, right. But I really appreciate it, and I enjoy sitting and listening to you all talk.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, before I go ahead and let my panel go, I brought them a gift from my Soul Blessed box. I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all to pick a color. Any color. I'm gonna start with pick a color, any color. I'm gonna go ahead and start with you.
Red.
Damn, my favorite color.
Mine too.
You.
Yeah,
I'm going with the green. Money and marijuana. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about nothing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, that
Add
was
this to my other one.
And I got a couple of these already. I'm gonna ride this on a bike blessing when I bring
Thank
the
you
club
so
out.
much. I genuinely appreciate y'all. So what I did give y'all is before I started this podcast, I still have a business called SoulllConnections, and I just turned it into a podcast. But during my healing process, I had energy crown bracelets, and I was selling energy crown bracelets, making them, selling them, and passing it out to try to change the energy within a person so that we can change the frequency amongst us. What I gave my panel here today, inside of them are $100 bills. Y'all see that 100? Y'all see that 100? Because we going to keep it 100. Yeah, nah, it ain't real. I heard all the paper. No, what are these? This is $100 bill for prosperity and abundance. Now,
Keeping it a buck.
Right,
Be 100.
keep it 100. Always be authentic
That
and
little
always be
ancestor
you.
money.
I just ask that you go ahead and just keep this on you. You know, just a little blessing. Write yourself a little note. Keep it in your wallet. That way you will always be, you know, blessed with a little something, something. That's what I believe. This is my gift to my panel. I want to thank everybody so much for coming to SoulllConnections Growth Folk Roundtable. This is episode 2. It went great. My panelists, my audience, thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it. But y'all know the drill. Alright, we got to go. So
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
What you
DJ,
say?
get that soul.
So please take care of your soul connections and remember, self-love is mandatory. Peace.
Yes.